Well, good evening, Team Eagles. Welcome and Happy New Year. We trust you all had a wonderful time with your family and friends over the holidays. Now, as most of you know, I say this every week, we are Mick and Jenny Daly, Presidential Marketing Directors in your support line, living in the beautiful Rocky Mountains of Colorado, although I will say it is a little chilly. But then, you know, us Brits, we're always talking about the weather. So I'm already looking forward to summer. Actually, no, I'm looking forward to going to San Diego in March, right? And I hope many of you will be joining us. So this is the first Team Eagles Zoom in 2025, and I'm sure like us, you are really excited about what the year has in store. And we're especially glad that you've joined us tonight because we have a very special guest with us, and I'm going to hand over to National Marketing Director Melinda Krenwelge to introduce him. Melinda?
Thank you so much, Jenny. And yes, we are very, very excited. Most of us need no introduction to our speaker for tonight. But because we're recording and we've got some new people, I am going to go ahead and introduce him to you. Curt is a husband, father, and a huge influence in business and actually in ministry as well. He's a graduate of Georgia Tech, although if you hang around him much, you think he's a bulldog. And he is from Atlanta, Georgia. His passion is helping others make a life, not just a living. He has been an entrepreneur his entire life. He and his wife, Lori, started in the Juice Plus business together right after they graduated. And he may tell us a little bit about that. They now have 3 grown children and multiple grandchildren, cute as bugs. He actually has Juice Plus business in all 50 states and over 25 countries around the world. And we are quite honored because there are actually only 3 partners that are direct to corporate. In other words, they're at the very top, right under corporate, and all of the other partners around the globe are under one of those 3. One of those is Curt. And so we are right underneath him. And it's exciting. He always talks about go up 5. Most of us are within 5 of Curt, which is quite an honor to be in. My friends always tell me, you just talk to Curt? And I'm like, we do. We get to do that. He has actually helped tens of thousands of people build a business to allow them to pursue their life purpose and not just go to work to make a living. Most recently, Curt has invested tens of thousands of dollars into a program that I've asked him to talk to us about tonight. It will be kicking off on Wednesday. And instead of just a normal month of January on goal setting, this is a full 12 months and all sorts of support and tools to help us grow and build our business. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Curt. Just tell us why you did this, how you did this, what your passion and what your dreams are for this program for us.
Okay, cool. Am I unmuted?
You are.
Good. Happy New Year, everybody. And I see Mark over there. His red keeps flaring him. I can't even imagine what kind of pants he has on after putting that shirt on. But some people do Zoom they don't even worry about the bottom. So I don't know, but he looks good in his. Is that a muscular Santa Claus? Is that what you are? Is that what's under the shirt? It's hard to tell. Yeah, there you go. That's fitting with our what was it? There's a nutritional version of Santa Claus coming down the chimney that I got passed around. But yes, we're gonna kick off the new year Wednesday night. I'm really excited. I have always personally participated in some version of let's rev up your engines, let's put last year in the rearview mirror, and let's make this next year awesome and amazing. And actually, what was the guy's name? Michael Hyatt even called it your best year ever. So I participate in that a lot of times. So by the way, I'll apologize now if I sniff my nose or whatever. I have 6 grandchildren that have all been around me a lot as I've built their treehouse the last 10 days. and each one of them has had yellow snot at some point in time while I've been with them. So I've seemed to fought off the worst of it, but the little drippings and stuff have got my eyes and my nose in a little bit of a fit tonight. So you have to put up with that voice. But as I've participated over the years in launching a best year ever concept, I've always wanted to be able to give that back. In our business, you don't really see a lot of people or anybody that's successful in the business. You don't charge to train or motivate or do leadership development because our compensation plan and our business model pays you to do that. That's what you do. That's just how our business model works. And so you try to learn how to do that the best and how to be on your A game there. And one of the things that's happened to me this past year was it was a rough year. So I don't know if any of you had a rough year in 24, but we had one of our rougher years that I can remember. A few things happened. We had my daughter who had a tragic divorce and a new baby who's beautiful. And I was able to contact some kind of crazy bladder infection and it lasted forever. And that was not fun. Then my one son had a miscarriage. Another son had a baby born at 30 weeks premature. And my wife thought she had kidney stones and had kidney cancer. So it's been a crazy year. So I don't want to hear any excuses about anybody's year. We had a rough year, and it's like I put 24 in the rearview mirror as fast as I could. So hopefully some of you had an amazing year last year, because there are people I know that did. It was just a crazy year for us, but the election's behind us, and I'm excited about all the newness and freshness. And whether you're politically aligned with me or not, you have to be excited that the only thing you see on TV or on your phone is text political messages or text advertisements or whatever. That's behind us. We're in a new season, so that's exciting. But my word, because of my year last year, my word for this year, does anybody have a word for the year? Anybody play that game, do that? I think it's a fun thing. My word for this year is consistency. That might seem like a weird word, but one of the things that I've learned is that when I'm not able to be consistently engaged, you're in for a moment and you're out, and you're in for a moment and you're out. And that's what I didn't intentionally do that, because normally I wake up, I'm the ever ready bunny, and I just go at it every day. That's just who I am. That's the way God wired me. I've got lots of flaws, but energy and consistency is not one of them on a normal basis. But after I described to you what happened last year, you can see how I'd be on my game, and then the next crisis comes along, and that crisis is over, and you get on your game, and the next crisis came into our life this past year. And so I'm excited about this year being able to be consistently engaged in life and not having to weave in and out and bob in and out of, one crisis, and you get a moment to breathe and the next crisis hits. So, excuse me one second. I didn't want to make that loud noise in the microphone. So this year, the program that I've designed, Best Year Ever, that myself and Trey Bowden, who works with me and does my technology, and Beth Bates, who helps me, and Hope, who helps me, and a lot of people that we've contracted out to work and do different things. What we've designed something around is, how do you be consistent and get the most out of a new year? Not how do you surge for a moment, like, the fitness club right down the street from our house. It's really crowded right now. I mean, the parking lot there are more cars there in the next 4 to 6 weeks than there will be the rest of the year combined. That's just the nature of New Year's resolutions in our country. And that's not consistency. That's a little surge, and you have good intentions, but you don't have a plan to see it through. And so what we're going to launch Wednesday night is a plan to help you have the best year ever. Not just to set a New Year's resolution and talk about it for a few weeks and you sound cool because you got great goals. No, it's going to be, we want you to envision what it would look like for you to have a victorious champion year in 2025. What would that look like? If I were to ask you right now to close your eyes, and you're standing on December 30th, sometime that week after Christmas and New Year's of 2025, and you're looking backwards and you're like celebrating because you did it. You had the best year you've ever had. It's been amazing. What would that win look like? If you could stand here right now and look ahead at tomorrow, that 12-month tomorrow down the road, what would that look like? Everybody's different. We're going to do it holistically, but we're going to really focus in on business and what it would look like for your business. And the way we're going to do that is multifaceted. We're going to have 5 major virtual events. The first one to kick it off is January the 8th, day after tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. And we'll have 4 more of those. The first event is going to be kicked off by Tommy Newberry, Travis Garza, Dr. Jan Roberto, Wendy Campbell, and myself. And we are going to help you come up with that December picture of tomorrow. Each of you to come up with your own from a, what does it look like for you to win in 2025? And then every month we're going to have regular support for you. All this is free. There's no charge. It's not like I'm trying to sell you something here. I'm excited about it, but I'm not trying to sell you anything. Every month we're going to have 2 podcasts. We're going to have a special video presented to you. We're going to have text messaging for reminders and accountability, which is optional for you to sign up for. You don't have to do that. We're going to have a newsletter that comes out once a month with the video in it, with the transcription of the video, so you can have all the details and the wording. And all these things are going to be working on and teaching you, let's see if I can remember them, 6 T's. We're going to focus on tools, tactics, targets, team, time, and trust. All those, everything I'm telling you is on our website at makealife.com/BYE, best year ever, BYE 2025. But if you go to makealife.com on the homepage, you can just click on the banner. It's right there. And it'll tell you everything we're going to be doing. You can sign up. And signing up just puts you on the list to get the newsletter. If you opt in, and you can get the text messages, but you're going to see all the things you're going to get every month to help you stay on track. And super excited about it. I think we have like, I don't know, just short of somewhere under 400 signed up so far. And you can invite anybody to join. It's going to be on Zoom. We're going to use a couple cool features, not like we did with, what's the thing called that Lauren LaHave did in Las Vegas? What was that called? I'm drawing a blank.
Level up.
Level up. It's not going to be exactly like that, but we have 2, I haven't told anybody else this yet. We have 2 breakout sections where you'll be sent to breakout rooms, and that we're trying to recreate what it would be like for you to be at a live meeting, and you're going to get to meet other people that are there. You're going to have new buddies, new friendships, new relationships for the year. And so we're going to do that on Zoom. And then anybody that like just wants to be a passive participator, or they forget about it, it will also be simultaneously broadcast live on YouTube and Facebook. So there'll be replays of it everywhere you need to go back and hear it. And it'll be so that anyone that joins us, like, let's say you recruit somebody in March and you want them to plug in, they can come in and join us. So they won't feel like they're left behind. They can just jump in wherever. If they want to go back and catch up and watch all the videos, they can, but they still can picture what they want their December to look like the 1st of March, you know? So you need to go to that website, sign up. You'll get an email with the link to join us on Zoom. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really cool. And the dates are on there for the other 4. I don't have them in front of me. The other 4 virtual events. And it culminates with a victory celebration with all of us celebrating our champion year. Our final virtual event will be in December of next year to celebrate our victorious year together. And it'll incorporate a lot of things like, you know, to have a successful year, you got to have successful months. To got to have successful months, you got to have successful weeks. To got to have successful weeks, you got to have successful days. So we're going to stay on track to do all those things. And then we'll be incorporating all the things the company's doing, the tools that the company's releasing, all those things you'll be primed to participate in all those things too. So why don't I let you guys ask me some questions, Melinda? You want to do that?
That sounds amazing. So
Okay.
Curt, let's start off with you. on December 31st, 2025. As you look back at this program you've created for us, what would be your champion feeling?
What would be mine?
Mhm.
So I have several things. I want 50 new customers, personal customers this year. I want 2 new frontline sales coordinator legs. I want my daughter to be back in full QNMD structure, and I would like for her to be really close to making NMD by the end of the year. My daughter, Hope. And I want to double the number of POB qualifiers on my team.
Ooh. Well, that's setting the bar pretty high.
There you go.
But now we all have it in writing, Curt. So watch out. We're going to hold you to it.
Anything can be edited.
I'm positive you got that wrong, Melinda. No, I got it right here in my growth planner. Curt.
Okay.
All
All right.
written down. Okay, let's open it up. If you have a question for Curt, if you're excited, but you're not really quite sure what's going on, what are we talking about? Unmute and you'll have your very own time with Curt. I chastise this team all the time about how slow they are to unmute.
You got to hit the, there's such little things on an iPad.
They're
Curt,
all staring at Mark. They want to see the full outfit.
all right, here.
Don't ask him.
Let's get serious about this question. So,
You shouldn't ask him.
There you
What-
go.
what do we need? What do we need to do between now and Wednesday?
Sign up.
Melinda,
Go to makealife.com. You can click from the homepage or go to makealife.com.
It's in
Somebody
the
just pulled it. There you go.
Yeah,
there
the
it is.
website, and the website's in the chat. So if you look in the chat, you'll see it.
okay. Makealife.com. All right.
And Curt, several people.
Oh yeah, right there, Mark. There's also 4 graphics you can share to get your team to join for Voxer, text message, or Facebook. You can share any of those images, and it tells them how to join too.
Perfect. Got it.
Perfect.
Hey, Curt, how will this be different than the calls you've been doing this year that have been really motivating and really good?
So the calls I've been doing each month that are start the month well, finish the month strong, kind of the whole principle of don't let your procrastination determine your destination. Stay focused, stay in rhythm. We're going to keep doing that. So we will mention those, and that will definitely be, if you're going to have your best year ever, that'll be a part of making your month have the right rhythm. So that will fit right in with what we're doing. But we're just going to have the additional materials of the 5 major events, the video each month, the 2 podcasts, the text messaging, to focus on you keeping the fire burning. I mean, my goal is to keep, because I see amazing people in our business, and they'll have the best 10 days of their life, and then it just seems like you wonder if they're dead or something. They're just gone. And they don't understand that they worked hard, and if they just throw another stick of wood on the fire keep going, and they wouldn't have to start over. But it's amazing how many people that have never been in a business like this, they surge and they disappear, and they surge and they disappear, and they surge and they disappear. Part of that is just, that's the curveballs that life throws at us. But this 12 months together is going to allow us not just to take 1 month and you take the next month off. It's all going to be connected so that we're going to stay together on this journey throughout a year, not just 1 month at a time. But a lot of the same principles. I mean, principles don't change. People do.
And Curt, you've talked about that this will support each of us working with our team, but not replace it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't coach your people in detail in a personalized, custom way. But what I can do is I can set the framework and the rhythm for you to be a better coach. Because everybody's plugged into this. Everybody's picture of what December looks like and success looks like and a victorious year looks like. There may be some that are similar, but we're all so different. Each of our pictures are going to look different. Each of our goals are going to be different. Each of our, what we categorize as success and victory is going to be different. That's where your individual coaching, which I inspire and set up on a pedestal and tee off for you every month when we kick off the month in the beginning of each month, that principle and philosophy is going to stay the same. So I don't want to coach your people. I want to create the framework, the momentum, the consistency, the structure, the tools for you to do that better.
Doris has her hand raised.
Hello,
Good.
thank you for your time and Happy New Year. You kind of answered my question, but I understand how to invite individuals that are part of our business already, but
Yep.
how would you approach it for people who are not and who you might, want to be?
I mean, I think there's two answers to that question. I think number one, I think it might inspire somebody to join us if they saw that there was structure and programming, systematic training for them to plug into. So nobody wants to do this alone. Nobody that's never done anything like this before wants to be thrown out to the wolves and say, sick 'em. So if they saw that you were involved in a 12-month program that was guiding you, had a community, that might help them push them over the edge to make their decision. But then it's great for a brand new person. It's not just for leaders. It's great for a brand new person. But I'm not going to tell you it's a recruiting tool. I'm going to tell you it's a tool that might help someone that was on the edge. But I would say, hey, come listen Wednesday night. Let me show you the kind of support, community, and resources we have to make sure you're successful. And then you can decide if you want to join us or not.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Good stuff.
And those speakers you've got, Curt, on Wednesday, oh my goodness. I mean, those who don't know Tommy Newberry, for instance, every Monday, I post his Monday motivation video in our team Facebook group. And Tommy is fantastic. And I know you have a very close relationship with Tommy.
Yep. I mean, Tommy and I both get in our cold. We hit our cold plunge about the same time every day and jump in and freeze ourselves. And we talk a lot about how it feels to be frozen. But no, we're good friends and have kids. His are a little bit younger than mine are. He's probably 6 or 7 years younger than me. So he's, a little behind. He had his kids a little later in life, but we get to think about principles and parenting and talking about marriage. And he had a dad with Alzheimer's when I had a mom with Alzheimer's. And so we just shared a lot of life's battles together. But he literally for 30 years has committed himself to coaching people that want to function and thrive in the top 1%. So he's the founder and leader of the 1% Club. He and I wrote a book together. He wrote the 4-8 principle. He wrote a book called Success is Not an Accident. He's just a great person. Loves God, great person, great husband, great dad. And he's talked to me about what he's going to share. And just pray that all the technology works good. And each of them are going to share for about 15 or 20 minutes so we can knock it out. So
Curt, another question about Wednesday night. I'm supposed to be speaking to somewhere around 200 baseball families at 6 o'clock Wednesday night, about plus. That's trying to fall apart on me. I told Melinda earlier tonight, it's trying to fall apart. If it doesn't fall apart, did you say I'm going to be able to see it again or listen to, or it's not being recorded?
You can listen to it recorded.
Okay.
Yep. Don't tell people that, but it will be there. Yeah, I would make the urgency there to have it live. But yeah, everything we do is going to be recorded because, and the reason I say that is we want people to be able to join us next week that weren't even in the business this week, so we're going to have a way for people to catch up and everything too. So
you just missed the breakouts if you have to listen to a recording, right?
Right. That's right. Yeah. If you're on Facebook or if you watch the recorded version, you'll have like a 1 4-minute version and 1 8-minute version of the video where you're home alone. So just for a moment. But you can fast forward.
Good. I just registered, so we're good.
There you go.
I did not mention the 2 books that you've authored, Curt, but I do want to take a minute to make sure everybody knows about those. One of them you wrote with Tommy Newberry, I Call Shotgun.
Yep.
I actually text Curt a few days before Christmas because I could not find copies anywhere. Amazon only had one. I wanted them for my sons and son-in-law, and Hope immediately put them in the mail, and we had them here for Christmas. And Curt, the boys were really excited to receive your book. Somebody else was too. So
wow.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Curt's book, I Call Shotgun, make sure you get a copy of that. And his other book is Make a Life, Not a Living. And that one is very inspirational as well. So if we're
about to reprint that one. We're down to the bottom of our 3rd publishing. We'll have gone through 18,000 copies here in a month or 2. And so we're going to have a new cover, a new look, and probably a chapter on kind of the post-COVID generation of what it looks like to make a life. So we're working on kind of an updated, it's been out for 4 years. We're looking on a new updated cover and just a little bit of an update in the book. So
great.
Lisa Kerr.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, this sounds amazing. I just wanted to see, because you said, is it open to everyone within the company?
No, yeah, anybody. It's not, I mean, I put it in 100 Club and other chats, so anybody can come. It's no problem.
Okay.
Technology, it won't feel any different. The burden on me won't be any heavier than it is if it's one person because of technology. So
Awesome. Thanks for doing this.
Oh, the other thing that I didn't say is that there's a place on there where people can schedule 3-way calls and for me to do team and group calls. So I'm really going to try and make myself available throughout the year. This company's given so much to me. I want to give back. And Travis is the hardest working human being I've ever met. And, you talk about books and your kids and Mark being interested in my book. I mean, Travis just told me his wife, she's a leader too. She had a goal and she hit her goal. Her goal was to read 100 books last year and she did. It's pretty impressive.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't want to listen to 100 books.
Those are 2 books to put on your list. If you haven't read Curt's 2 books, put those on there.
Reading is so important. We're on a sidebar, but I was watching this morning. It was a video series on how Elon Musk learns, and it's how he picks a topic and how he reads the books and what he does to make that book have an imprint on him permanently to lead him down the path of what he was trying to discover. It was super interesting, but reading is so important. Just filling yourself up with good stuff, so important. Whether you read it or do Audible today, it's just, it's critical.
Amen. Amen.
Somebody
Right.
said
I
something.
was just trying to find your book on Audible. Is it on Audible?
The Audible yeah, it is on Audible. I don't know why you would have trouble finding it. But it is. Go to Amazon and but you can email me or Voxer me and I can make sure you have the link. But it is, I mean, it was just put on Audible about 12 months ago. And I was too ADD to sit down and record it myself. So we paid somebody to record it read it. So it's not my voice.
Oh,
I couldn't sit still and do that. I just
Kurt,
wasn't gonna
I hope
happen.
you- I hope you picked a good Georgia boy.
It was somebody from Georgia in Atlanta. I think it turned out well. He was not cheap. He was one of those good professional voices. So yeah.
okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we're at the top of the hour. So if you have a question burning in your brain and you're afraid to unmute, do it. Unmute real quick.
Hearing none.
Wait, there's Robin.
I will stop the
Robin's
recording.
got